Hello influencers, how are we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are seeing this video. Welcome to another interesting edition of No Host Bar with IT. My name is Itunu. How are we doing, people? This is a channel where we say the way it is, no apology to any bagger. So this is Tiffany Haddish. She's an American stand-up comedian. You know, she's into showbiz. So recently she lives in LA. Recently she went to Zimbabwe, and this video made the rounds on social media where she was expressing surprise, shock that there are what we call supermarkets in Africa. In US they call them grocery store, but she was surprised that okay, Africa has supermarket. Let me allow you to watch this video, and I'll come back to tell you why I wasn't surprised. Although she got a lot of backlashes on the internet, but I personally, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't, let me just allow to watch the video, and I'll tell you why I wasn't surprised at her shock. All right, let's go.
Hey y'all, so I'm out here in Zimbabwe, in Harare, and look at the grocery store. They got a grocery store. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in a grocery store. Look at these. Organic strawberry. This is what I love. They sell sugar cane, and it is fire. They got the dates on deck. How much are these? $67. And then the price is different, but it do look like it's expensive. Look at this grocery store. It's huge. It's absolutely humongous. In Africa, baby. Yeah. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it. Africa, Zimbabwe. Oh, they don't got me. Oh, I just like to mystify shit. It don't smell bad. Then leave it alone. Look at all that meat over there. Look at that. They got the sodas. They got a whole wall of alcohol. They got a frozen section. They got all that. This is, come on. You can make tamales out of that. This, Oh, look at that. Look at that. Unlike the grocery stores at home, they actually sell dishes. Look at that. I mean, some of our grocery stores sell dishes, but not the crystal cups. Hey, y'all.
Okay, enough of that, y'all. So I will tell you why I'm not surprised. I live in America, right? A lot of them don't travel. You heard me right. A lot of Americans don't even have a passport. They don't have passports. They don't travel. They don't see beyond America. So all their perception, although she has come online and said, well, she was just saying that I don't know, she gave some excuses, but what we saw in this video was that she was surprised that wow, in Africa. So all their mental picture about Africa is that Africa is a jungle. You remember all those Tanzania movies where I don't know, maybe the older people in the house will remember those movies that were done in Tanzania with elephants and giraffes and lions. That guy like that will be running around in the jungle with those animals. I mean, that's the only perception they have about Africa. Up till now, they still think that, okay, maybe some of us are living on the trees. It's someone, I met someone recently and he was like, "Yeah, please give this video thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comment section." I met a couple recently and they are white and we began to chat. And I'm like, "What? You speak good English?" I said, "Oh." I said English is the official language in my country. So wow. I said, so I told them, I said, Americans don't speak English. They said, what? I said, yes, you people speak jargon. We speak Queen's English. So they are surprised a lot of time. They still think that Africa is if not that our leaders are not serious, that they don't know what they are doing in Africa. These people should be begging us, US, America, Britain, all of them should be queuing for our visas. Now, Tiffany in her earlier life was hospitalized for what they call toxic shock syndrome. So that's part of the reason why I wasn't surprised at her shock. Yeah, apart from the fact that they don't travel, a lot of them has not been on aeroplanes. Yeah, a lot of them, they've not been on aeroplane. They are just in their state. If they want to go to another state, they go by train a lot of time, or overnight buses, buses that will travel 3 days on the road. Yes, you are surprised. There are the kind of luxurious buses we have in Nigeria, all these Sekele Dilichuku stuff. They travel overnight, they can make 3 days on the road. But the only difference in their own system is that those buses get to stop at some point. They will stop at a resting area. They will swap drivers. Is it that they change buses, just like as if you are connected to another flight, or they change the driver? When the driver has driven for like 8 hours, I think they will change to another. That's the only thing. So they will allow that one that got there to rest. You can sleep overnight or whatever their schedule is. So they don't drive on ending like we have in Nigeria. So is it that they travel by road with that transport, or they travel by rail, by train? A lot of these people has not gone on aeroplane. All right. So, and for the fact that she was, I don't know how old she is now, but in her earlier age, when she was a young adult at over 15 years, she was hospitalized for what they call toxic shock syndrome. So maybe she still have residue of that shock syndrome in her system, for her to be so shocked that, oh, Africa has sometimes we like, it's so funny. Back in those days, I had an uncle who schooled in Germany, and they were asking him, how did you people make babies? and my uncle was very, he was funny. He said he was angry. He was like, you know what, when we just hit our foot on the stone, boom, baby comes out. I'm like, okay, what? So that's it, people. It's because they don't travel and all that. So she got a lot of backlashes, and she came up to give some excuses that she was just showing that she just appreciates Africa, which doesn't show in her body language and countenance in this video. All right, people, let me know your thoughts in this section on this video. I'll talk to you again very soon. I think people should read far wide. People should travel. And the problem again is their media platform. CNN, for instance. CNN will only show dirty looking places in Africa. They will only show where it's not fascinating. Yeah, CNN does that a lot. Prior to my coming to the US, I never believed that I would see Americans begging on the streets. I never imagined it. I never imagined that I will see Americans that are homeless, that they are sleeping on the under bridges. Yes, people. I never imagined that I can see young children, kids, they are cleaning cars windscreen. They call it windshield here. You know, the windscreen that we call windscreen in Nigeria. They will be using, just like we have over there too, they will be using brush to clean for you at a traffic light when the light is red, and then you get to give them some money. I never imagined such can be in America, because all what we saw on CNN back home were their beautiful places, you know, well mown lawns and all that. All right, I went to some areas in New York. The rats in those areas can swallow human being. Rats, yeah, you know, big rat, the kind of rat you will kill in the bush in Nigeria. They are on the streets of New York, and I'm like, what? So, you know, so traveling will just expose you to a lot of things. So CNN don't show their bad side, where there are some areas that you will go, that's wow, you'll be like, this is a slum. You will have to hold your breath. You won't be able to release your breath in those areas. Yeah, and it is still America, right? All right, people, thank you so much. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the videos concerning Tiffany Haddish on this Zimbabwe Harare trip. Talk to you soon. Bye.